Boom, how y'all doing? It's your boy, King to the Mother One, Dre to the Mother One. Hey, it, we are. We back on this UFC 5-bit tournament on the hardest difficulty, AI only. Here we go. Gonna run a little bit of these. Appreciate all the support. Subscribe if you're new.
All right, so the outstanding boxer getting back on the proven ground here tonight, and I know in his last fight he got a little bit sensitive because we talked so much about his hands. He's a layered mixed martial artist, but certainly boxing has been his foremost skill, at least thus far in the UFC.
Well, it's his bread and butter. When he's doing his best work, it's behind the hands. It's behind the setups. And we as broadcasters have seen enough of the sport at the highest level and boxing to know that that is the path that he is showing. That is the path that he has chosen. His footwork, his speed, his feints, his setups, they are all boxing-centric. So we call him a boxer, and guess what? Take pride in that. You're one of the best in the UFC at using that skill.
His jab is great, but he has told us this week he believes that the knockout's going to come with that patented left hook. We'll find out here in a matter of moments. Well, I guess there's a ceiling in terms of what you can accomplish financially and otherwise in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world, so we're certainly happy to see this young man cross over. There is no questioning his ground game, and Daniel, a lot of people believe it's going to translate at the highest level here in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's shown, John, that he can do that. He's shown that he has the ability to grapple, and not only grapple, fight anyone. He does it at the highest level, so let's see how he implements that Jiu-Jitsu base in the fight tonight against a guy that would seem to have all the answers.
Yeah.
It's an uphill battle, but he says that he can get it done.
Yeah, we talked about that in the fighter meeting. He kind of gave us a smirk, seemingly as if he knows something we don't. We'll see if BJJ indeed reigns supreme here tonight. Jacare Souza, ready to engage in another high-profile matchup here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. All right, now for the official introductions. We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Lee the Leech Jingliang. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready? Let's do it.
If you were building a modern-day MMA athlete from scratch, you might start with Jacare Souza. What a combination of strength, speed, power. A lot of people believe he's the best pure grappler in the UFC, but the striking has really started to close the gap. Scary proposition for every other 85er on the roster. Kickboxing 101.
Left hook, yeah.
Nice combination there by Souza.
Oh, nice overhand right.
Back to his feet. Could be the beginning of the end here. Might get the TKO here. Souza's got him in a crucifix. Gonna work from the top now. Oh, he's in trouble here, DC.
He's got the triangle with a lot of pressure going down on his opponent.
Oh, that's gotta be it. I don't know.
That's in so deep. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he gets out.
He was able to get his momentum going back towards his opponent and back in the opposite direction to get his hips back and his chest down towards the mat.
And you just spilled your popcorn all over the broadcast
absolutely
table.
did, John. You know I love popcorn.
Just over 2 minutes to go. A lot of top pressure being applied here. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think Chacare's attempting a rear naked choke now. Oh, that rear naked choke looks tight.
This is where he wants to be.
Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you don't have a big background noise, but these fighters can't see nothing.
Yes, the fans came to see them knock each other out, and that's what they're going to get. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, John, but ultimately, it is the striking that people show up for.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done. Huge strike lands there. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much.
Final seconds of round one. Round two straight ahead. All right, heading back to the corner now, and Jingliang's bleeding pretty bad from the forehead here. Hopefully the cut man can nip that in the bud and make sure that that blood doesn't trickle down into his eyes as the next round begins. All right, well, the athletes have kept the replay truck busy tonight. We will take a look back at some of the highlights from that previous round. He opened a cut above his opponent's eye.
And now the cut becomes a story. We are going to have to watch the placement of this cut. Is the blood going to start to leak into the eye? How is he going to be able to fight through the damage that was dealt on those shots? What a great round by his opponent. But now it's on him to make the adjustments that gives himself a chance.
And it's not just the cut man who has his work cut out for him. We'll see if he can make those adjustments and rally here in this next round. Oh, nice work with the hands. Great technique on the overhand. Now he's hurt.
That's one of those shots, and if you take one of them, if you end the night, that one landed right on the spot.
Oh, beautiful transition right into side control.
Now he's going full mount.
All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you get off that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
Jingliang's cut is getting worse. The cut man chomping at the bit to get in there. He'll have to wait for the break between rounds if we get there. Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet. Hard shots landing on both sides here. We now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Ronaldo Souza!
So a dominant effort out of Jacare Souza here tonight as he celebrates with his corner. The question beckons, will this win and the nature of it be enough to get Souza a shot at that UFC middleweight title? It is a crowded pecking order at 185 pounds, but prevailing wisdom is that Souza could not have done more with this main card showcase here tonight. All right, so here he is, the former UFC middleweight champion, Anderson Silva. The pro record doesn't look like it did a few years ago, DC, but most people still inject the name Anderson Silva into the discussion of the greatest MMA fighters of all time.
It's because Anderson is doing us a favor every time he steps foot in the octagon. He could have walked away and protected the record, but the lure, the draw of fighting still is pulling at the spider. And every time he walks in there, we're getting the witness greatness. You feel it when Anderson Silva walks up the steps. I remember staring across the octagon and going, holy cow, that's Anderson Silva. And he has that approach. He has that appeal to everyone that gets in front of him, not only in the octagon, but in life. One of the nicest guys you've ever met is Anderson Silva.
And a renewed focus on recovery and physical therapy has allowed the great Anderson Silva to compete deep into his 40s, DC. You ain't going to 45.
I'm not
There's no
going
way.
to 45. Ain't no chance.
You're going to voice a video game.
I'm going to voice a video game. What a great idea.
Well, anyone who watched Tom Aspinall work in training and during his amateur and early pro career felt like they were looking at a future UFC heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall has every skill you would want from a big man. Moves exceedingly well. His speed is going to be a real problem in theory for the opposition tonight. And most of these heavyweights just are not as fleet of foot. That says nothing of his grappling game. This is the longtime grappling coach for Team Cowbon. He has every skill in his mixed martial arts arsenal, and scary proposition for the rest of the heavyweight division. He ain't getting worse. Well, no air conditioning, no problem. We are ready to go with more live action from Jingliang Arena here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And now our tail of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC middleweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Anderson, the Spider Silva. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Tom Aspinall.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. Well, there is nothing quite like calling fights here in Rio de Janeiro. I'd imagine for the athletes, nothing quite like making that walk. Here we are back in Brazil once again, DC.
For the Brazilian athletes to see their colors being flown, to see the crowd going crazy every time. There were nights where Brazilian fighters could not lose. They have won 10 fights at times in this arena because they take so much energy from the crowd. Beautiful kick lands.
Well, the pleasant way to put it is that the fighters are respecting each other, feeling each other out, and managing risk, but really not much in terms of action thus far.
No, they got to get going. I understand that when people are fresh, they're very scary, but you cannot be this cautious.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 40 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Anderson the Spider Silva!
So another win tacked on to the total of one of the most decorated champions in UFC history. Anderson Silva does it again and really thought he looked sharp tonight. You could tell early on in the fight. The future Hall of Famer, Anderson Silva, getting it done in a big way here tonight. Oh, well, if you like high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, perhaps this fight will be the one for you. You got to think his opponent is mindful of all the skills that he has in that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be. If you are not aware of the dangers of grappling this man, you are doing yourself a disservice. You got to take note of what he does. He's so good on the ground. He's so comfortable on the ground that if you are there and you lose focus for 1 second, you're done. He's a high-level grappler, a guy that has a ton of accolades in jiu-jitsu, and you recognize it the moment he steps into the octagon.
Yeah, a lot of different submissions on his resume, and going to be interesting to see how the opposition tries to handle this appreciable challenge in front of him tonight. Souza steps inside the octagon. He looks ready to go. All right, we'll see how it goes for this decorated kickboxer. Nice to see him cross over into the UFC, and a lot of people feel like if he can get on sort of an Alex Pineda-type trajectory in terms of the work ethic and the approach, could be a future world champion.
Well, he looks like it. He seems to have all the skills, and he says the right thing. We were talking to him the other day. He spoke about all the time they're spending in the gym working on the wrestling because he knows that the kickboxing is embedded in him. He has done it so long, he can do it on cruise control. But the wrestling has improved. And he said because his wrestling's improved, guys are going to have to stand with him. And when they have to stand, he said the lights will be shut out. Yeah, I cannot wait to see him perform.
Dude's got power everywhere, and that's why a lot of these fans have traveled far and wide to see him compete live here tonight. Anthony Johnson, set to fight Jacare Souza. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. We send it inside the octagon, we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Ronaldo Jacare Souza. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
Well, his fans travel well. You can hear the buzz, and why not? Here he is, Anthony Rumble Johnson, a man considered by many to be the biggest power threat in the sport here at present. 16 wins by knockout, deadly mix of speed and power. And
you don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
How about these two going out? Straight to the body by Jacare Souza. Oh, nice job by the BJJ player to land his first takedown attempt. If you're the kickboxer, like, you gotta stop.
Oh, arm triangle. Arm triangle. Arm triangle.
Oh, look out, folks. That is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
Oh, gives up on the submission now. We'll see where he goes from here.
He needs to shove the knees. Get his opponent's knee off of his belly so he can get to his feet.
And busy as he looks to improve position here. Working from the top here. Pretty good grounded pound here by Souza. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Souza's got the full mount.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Good work from the top here by Jacare Souza there. If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do you do?
You got to move. You got to shrimp. You got to get up on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that tired, their fatigue is warranted. That was a high-level grappling exchange between two phenomenal grapplers.
Well, we talked about that reach advantage as you see him land the straight punch there. Great job using his length in that situation. Oh, nice straight there by Johnson. And that one certainly found the right over the top, right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch. Nice transition.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
All right, feet on the hips here.
Getting them out here.
Johnson's back in full guard. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Oh, Souza's right back to the full mount. Final seconds of round one. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. So there is the horn, standing ovation from this capacity crowd. Near knockouts by both fighters. Probably the best round we've seen thus far this year.
Oh, man, this is the best round of fighting that I have seen for a very long time. Why did the bell have to stop? Let's just go 10 minutes straight.
Pride rules. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, let's get to round two.
Beautiful punch to the body.
That's a close time. Now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful lateral change. Make them think you're going low. Come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
All right, well, good news is he rocked him. Bad news is he wasn't able to finish the job, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, you don't get those opportunities very often. You got to take full advantage of them when they're presented to you.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Johnson gets up. He is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard there to get back to the feet. Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that overhand again. He's found a home for it all night long. Let's see if that holds.
Shout out to the big gifter of 19. Let it out. Oh, yeah.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round two. Straight punch is good. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is.
This might be
I forgot to say your name. Shout out to Uni. Oh, yeah.
to put his opponent on wobbly legs.
Oh, Souza's in half guard.
There it is. Now he's going to mount. Oh, watch the arm here. Oh, that looks tight. This has got to be it. It's got the submission.
Oh, he's out.
He actually escaped. Look, I got to stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
Pretty good battle. Big strikes continue to land.
This man is landing brutal ground and pound. Yes, smart adjustment. Yep.
Shows a ground and pound from half guard. Oh, big pop from the crowd as they get back to their feet after a pretty scintillating grappling battle there on the ground. Oh, he's had a huge strike right there. I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job.
Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round one. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second round. Quick jab. Shakane's cut right now above the eye, courtesy of that strike. We will keep an eye on it as the fight continues.
Work, guys.
And the horn sounds on round 2. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up. All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. Everything's working. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. This crowd is going sick after what they saw in that previous round. Truly an all-out brawl. Several moments on both sides, and the fight is still going on. Incredible.
Great moments by both of these fighters. Let's see if you can take it on the path and really try and finish this fight.
Beautiful combination there. If you are teaching an up-and-coming fighter about throwing volume strikes effectively, you can do worse than watching the film on this.
It's a masterclass, John. It's a masterclass in mixing up the target, mixing up the strike.
Fades upstairs and lands flush to the body.
When they land perfect, that is the reaction you're hoping to get. That one landed perfect in this fight. Maybe stop very soon.
So Souza goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. Beautiful transition there after he was getting stunned on the feet. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off.
And now he's attempting to choke.
Oh, he's got it locked in.
He's got that arm triangle deep. Now he's in trouble. He's gonna go to sleep.
That's it. How about it? Absolutely remarkable what this fighter was able to accomplish here tonight. As you can see, the years of repetitions in the gym to set it up and ultimately get the tap there. Great technique to set up the finish. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He was able to get the fight to the ground exactly where he wanted it. Eventually, his opponent gave him an opportunity to get a submission. He did that, and he should be very proud of the work he did tonight in the octagon.
Here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the third round, declaring the winner by submission due to an arm triangle choke, Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
So congratulations are certainly in order to that man, Ronaldo Jacare Souza, 5-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion, but really needed to lean on all of his MMA skills here tonight. The striking was on point, his grappling was sharp as it's ever been, and perhaps this win is enough to earn Jacare Souza a crack at that UFC middleweight title. This is the moment that every mixed martial arts athlete hopes will materialize. The #1 heavyweight contender making the walk for his first title fight here in the UFC.
mean, the nerves are going crazy for this man right now. He's so nervous. Has he done everything he needs to do? Has he not left any stone unturned? He says that he has prepared. He says that his body's ready. His mind's ready. He feels physically good in the spot. He's taking on a long-reigning champion. If he's going to get this done, it's going to take something truly special.
He does not believe jitters will be a factor here tonight. He has built his career methodically to this point. We'll see if we hear the words "and new" by night 10. Souza. He has graced the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. The former UFC middleweight champion Anderson the Spider Silva is set to make the walk here tonight. This is a man still getting it done in his mid-40s, DC. Proved in the Israel Adesanya fight that he could still hang in there over a hard 15 minutes with the best guys in the world.
Anderson Silva is still able to compete even though he's up there in age a little bit. And that's because of his commitment to the sport of mixed martial arts. He loves competing. He loves the spotlight. Everything that you need to drive you to be able to stay active and stay relevant in this sport, Anderson Silva possesses. Every time he steps foot in the octagon, we get a chance to witness one of the greatest fighters of all time.
And when DC needed an opponent for UFC 200 on about 24 hours notice, the greatest of all time was your Huckleberry. Not too bad. Anderson Silva, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Ronaldo Souza. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Anderson the Spider Silva.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one. Well, DC's been all over this great nation, fourth to laser right on the equator. Tonight, though, we're in Rio de Janeiro. Bring up over the top. This fight's going to be over.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high with his low, and now he's got hurt very bad.
Side of the is going now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Are working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Silva getting absolutely worked here from the top. These are some very effective ground and pound strikes.
And there you go. Again, half guard. Oh, right into mount. He's got to be careful here.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it. He turned his entire body into that uppercut, and it landed exactly as he was hoping.
How good is this? Both men going for the finish.
Great punch. He's got great kicks also. He needs to be throwing more kicks in this fight. He hasn't thrown many at all.
Well, now you see some visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the body, and he hasn't missed a whole lot tonight.
You didn't expect him to do it this effectively. done a fantastic job of following the game plan.
Well, no denial. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice every time. There it is again. Look at that.
We'll see if he has any response here. His opponent continues to land. A lot of swelling upstairs.
Well, you got to move your head. You've got to be preemptive. You cannot wait until your opponent starts to throw something in your direction. You've got to avoid right now if you want to avoid having this become an issue.
Shakire's going for a choke here. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep.
Oh, favoring position over submission.
Very smart decision. You never want to value the submission over keeping dominant position.
Looking to establish the jab here. Nicely done by Souza there. Oh, he lands yet another hook here. He's certainly landed several in this round and starting to find a home for it consistently. Under 20 seconds now to go.
Oh, that body shot hurt him.
I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beach Street right now. He's seeing Tweetsburg over the top of his head. If you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs.
All right, so there's the end of the round. Tough job, but somebody's got to do it, man. Absolutely incredible. Both fighters got stunned. It's amazing to think that we fight on here.
We are in the best seat in the house to watch two men go out there and really lay it on the line. Both got hurt, but even when they were hurt, neither one of them looked like they wanted to take a step back. This is the exact type of fight they expected and the type of fight that they're delivering to the fans.
All right, let's see how it goes here at the start of round two. Anderson Silva versus Souza. Well, an appreciative capacity crowd on its feet as this next round gets underway. That previous round, to get the bonus checks ready, that was insane.
It's done. These guys are taking home the $50,000. They laid it all on the line. They dropped a quarter in the middle of the octagon, and they said, let's go. What a round.
All right, same bat time, same bat channel. You think he's going to look to set up that hook again here?
I mean, you can see it, John. You can see him doing it. You can see him sneaking looks to see where that hand is going to go. This is big. That's big. He's brutalizing him with the ground and pound. This fight is close to being done. Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt. Changing the position. He's got to start to get to the get-up process. Because everybody talks like you just get up, you don't. It's a process, right? You get to the underhook, you build to the elbow, then you start to gain height to get back to your feet.
Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys have done a great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done, and it's showing. This is a very evenly matched fight.
Oh, great reversal to top position by Souza.
He's got that arm triangle. Watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique.
It's working. It's going on.
That's tight. Oh, he got out!
He actually bridged, got his hips up in the air, uses momentum to take him
Shut up, the new subscriber! Oh, yeah!
to get out of that deep submission attempt.
Well, his superior grappling has certainly been the lead narrative in this one. The takedowns, the ground control, he's got it all going tonight.
He's doing a great job of dictating to his opponent, not allowing him to make any decisions in regards to the fight.
Looks like someone took a red Sharpie to his side. A lot of bruising courtesy of those body strikes.
Well, big kicks, big punches. He's doing everything he told us he intended to do to slow this guy down. And you can see his opponent starting to really be labored in most of his movements. Look at that, that's tight.
Oh, Bale's on the submission now. Oh, this is not good. Mounted. Oh, Souza's going for a choke.
Oh, it's getting tight.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Oh, what a round. How good was that? All right, there's the horn, and what a round, champ. We got to talk about the knockdown. When you knock somebody down like that, it got to be kind of fun to strut your way back to the score.
I mean, you are 10 foot tall. When you can drop another person with a strike, you are 10 foot tall. Now, the issue is he did not find the finish. He used a lot of energy trying to finish that fight.
All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to...
You ready to fight? You ready?
Round 3 of a possible 5. Fighter lands a kick to the leg now, and a pretty good one at that.
Another one.
Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
My champ's starting to see some swelling upstairs now.
He's taking way too many shots today.
Huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished. And that's the danger in the engagement there. Can't take many of those. You better check.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Beautifully placed there by Souza. 67 total strikes have landed for Souza. Oh,
another one.
and how much more can he take?
He passes the half. Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get enough pressure to finish his technique.
How do you get out of harm's way here?
I mean, you got to shove that knee, John.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
Now he's going full mount.
Nice positional control here. Big shots landed by him now. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Souza. Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head like through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Well, we may have the best cut men and women in the business, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with that cut. It continues to widen with every passing strike.
And you're fighting a great fighter. It's hard to deal with the damage of the cut while dealing with the level of the fighter in front of you. Right now, you've got to do something different to try and change the way that this fight is playing out.
All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
And once he got to the top, he started to land brutal ground and pound until the fight was called off. Just a dominant performance from the top position.
All right, we go inside the octagon now where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 48 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
All right, so congratulations to the longtime ex-gym product, Jacare Souza, world-class Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills. And that wasn't all that was on display here tonight. He showed you the strides he has made with his striking as well. Such a strong middleweight, and certainly proved as much here tonight as he gets another big W. All right, here we go. Sugar Sean O'Malley, and you can argue a lot of these people in the building tonight are here to see him. You can argue, though, this is his stiffest challenge in the UFC.
I believe so. I believe this is the toughest one. And I know he's fought Piotr Jan, the former champion. I know he's fought Pedro Munoz, but this opponent tonight is going to push him in ways that he has not been pushed before. Does Sean O'Malley use his fantastic footwork, his speed, and his mind to set enough traps to get the victory? I guess we'll see very shortly.
Well, you all know the judges are looking for damage and moments of damage, and Sean O'Malley has been pretty good at providing those over the last several years in the UFC. Sean O'Malley has stepped inside the octagon. He is ready to fight. Well, the stars have aligned, and the biggest superstar in mixed martial arts history is back tonight. The former two-division champion, Conor McGregor. As such, the celebs are out. Let's see what type of version of Conor McGregor shows up here tonight.
Usually when Conor McGregor shows up, it's usually his best version. He's a guy that takes a great amount of pride in preparing for the event. He says it's a fight every single time he sees his opponent, from the press conference to the weigh-ins to the stare down. He is ready to show his opponent his best self every time he's in their face. And not only does he do that in the build-up, when he gets into the octagon, with all the ability that he possesses, he's able to do that same thing. That's why he's been so successful and has gone from the bottom to the top of the UFC in such a short time.
Truly one of the elite strikers in UFC history. Moves every needle you would like him to move. And as you said, his work ethic, his preparation truly is legendary. Let's see if he has put in the right work in advance of this showcase fight here tonight. Conor McGregor, always ready to engage. We'll see how he handles this challenge tonight. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. All right, now for the introductions, we go to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion, Sugar Sean O'Malley. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, and the former UFC lightweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
Well, with about as much fanfare as you would expect, the biggest star this sport has ever seen, Conor McGregor, is back tonight. And now let's see how he performs. Certainly he has handled everything during fight week quite well. How does he handle fight night? We're going to get some answers here shortly, Joe. Well, few
Big, massive shot lands. Look at how tough his opponent is, though. Still standing, still in their fight.
O'Malley circling to his right now. Out of range with that kick attempt.
All right, let's go. Let's get those hands going now.
O'Malley's now switching his stance. seems to have found his range early here tonight. It's amazing what he has done, not just for the sport of mixed martial arts, but for the profile of Ireland in the UFC. History is going to look back fondly on all of the contributions Conor McGregor has made to his sport and to his country.
Going for the spinning side kick to the body, but he missed. Oh, nice straight left.
And everything's landing with so much power.
O'Malley's pretty swollen now in that jaw area. It doesn't appear to be affecting him all that much, but he's absorbed a lot of strikes to the head. Got to figure out a way to raise the guard and be more defensively sound. 2 minutes now to go.
Oh, that one landed, yep.
The right hand just misses. O'Malley gets touched by that leg kick attempt. Oh, lands a nice straight. And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it so high. And now he's got him hurt bad.
All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the water, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, blood's in the water. You got to go in. He's in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's in trouble.
All right, here, final seconds of round one.
Ah.
5 minutes in the books. All right, mercifully, that is it for the round, and O'Malley's got a real significant cut above the eye. We'll see if the cut man can stop the bleeding. All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side, thrill, on the other, agony after that knockdown.
Yeah, he was able to really damage him with that big punch. You see the hands, the speed, how sharp he is, how technical he is. It allows him to land in spots where his opponent is winging punches. Great strike landed, great punch landed to put his opponent down.
You ready? You ready? Do it.
All right, round two. Push kick there to the body. That kick blocked by Sean O'Malley. Oh, he is really seeing things wrong.
He didn't like that left hand.
Back to his feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Just misses there with the left. Oh, the sugar show. Sean O'Malley lands the left hand yet again. He's about as accurate with that thing as anybody in this division.
I think that's what's most impressive about Sugar Sean O'Malley, is even though he's still young in his career, he has a patience and a calmness about himself in there that not many people possess. But that left hand can only land because he doesn't show you anything as he gets ready to throw.
Trying to establish that jab once again. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Well, a really good second round for him.
Oh, again!
Oh, these ground strikes are just brutal.
Oh, you gotta be careful there, yep.
Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. Nicely done by Sean O'Malley.
Oh, now he's gonna find himself in a little more danger.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, reverses the position now. Outstanding work on the ground by McGregor. right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. And it looks as though he'll let his opponent stand up here. Yes, he will. "20 seconds to go, round two." Nice punch by Sean O'Malley. Big shots being landed on both sides here. 10 minutes in the can. Well, remarkably, his opponent is still in it. The round is over. Multiple knockdowns there. What a clinic from McGregor.
Set up those takedowns.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Oh, right, then a left.
Oh, my goodness!
I mean, you got to be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 8 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, the notorious Conor McGregor!
All right, well, as many of you know, the overwhelming majority of Conor McGregor's pro MMA wins have come by knockout, and he produces another one here in the octagon tonight.
Produces another knockout. Conor McGregor will tell you that he's going to knock you out, and he goes out there and he does it. Hats off to Conor McGregor and all of his coaches for another massive victory in another huge spot in his UFC career.
Biggie Boy is here, folks. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, the first native of Suriname to compete in the UFC. Decorated kickboxing career, but really took his training to that requisite next level when he signed that UFC contract. He said, essentially, instead of training twice a day, I'm now training 3 times a day, and his UFC results certainly speak to that commitment. Undefeated, calling out guys like Francis Ngannou. Not a lot of people burning up Mick Maynard's phone asking to fight the Predator. That's Rozenstruik in a nutshell. We'll see if he can get the power going over here tonight. All right, here's the former UFC heavyweight champion and in all likelihood future UFC Hall of Famer, Cain Velasquez. You guys have been sharpening each other's skills for years, and it's good to see Cain back and healthy here tonight.
Exactly where he belongs. Cain Velasquez is a fighter, and he deserves to be fighting inside of the octagon. One of the tighter strikers the UFC has ever seen in the heavyweight division. The cardio, the pace, the pressure that you face when you fight a Cain Velasquez is overwhelming. Guys melt, and it's because after one round you realize we're just getting started.
Right.
And Cain's only revving up the engine. It's truly, truly difficult to stare down the barrel of a fight with Cain Velasquez.
And he hasn't necessarily adopted my Cardio Cain moniker, but there are few guys that can match the cardiovascular strength of the great Cain Velasquez. Big spot for him here tonight. And now our tail of the tape for this heavyweight fight. And now to get us started, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jingliang, Biggie Boy, Rozenstruik. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez.
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the 3rd man in the octagon tonight.
Good.
All right, early round action here. Biggie Boy Jairzinho Rozenstruik has talked to us a lot about getting off to a better start. He is an outstanding counter striker, but sometimes you gotta force the issue. And Rozenstruik told us, to a man, to a woman, I gotta get aggressive here tonight. All right, too easy right out of the chute. The wrestler is able to land his first takedown attempt against the kickboxer, and hate to overstate it, but that moment feels pretty significant.
It's a massive moment. He knew that he needed to get this fight to the floor early. He needed to discourage this guy and remind him that, hey, you've defended takedowns before, but you have not defended my takedowns. I am at a different level, and when I am wrestling you, you go down.
Well, he's got his back now. Velasquez is able to flatten him out. We'll see how he chooses to proceed from here.
Big ground and pound. He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that...
All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground.
There it is. Now he's going to mount.
All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. Oh, he postures up in a big head strike by Velasquez. These ground strikes are starting to add up. Postures up now and lands a devastating strike to the head. Just over 2 minutes to go in the round. All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back.
Oh, right into mount.
Oh, this is some high-level, efficient, effective ground and pound by Velasquez. Postures up now and lands a vicious head strike. Trying to finish this fight. Another ground and pound strike lands.
Now he's got good body position, yup.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Cain Velasquez. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes.
All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters go.
He landed it perfectly. Perfect placement. Perfect position. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight. Oh, that was a really nice takedown.
All right, so there's the horn at the end of the round. He got knocked down just before the horn, so he'll walk back to his corner here. We'll see if they can get him physically, mentally back into the fight. What a moment at the end of that round. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC, and how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper, and it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. Tags him with the straight hand there. Nice job by Rozenstruik. Nice entry on the takedown there from Cain Velasquez. And not unlike his teammate, Khabib Nurmagomedov, when Velasquez gets in on you, it is very hard to prevent the takedown. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Velasquez. Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots.
That was a slick transition.
The ground strikes starting to pile up. Oh, great ground shot there, and that one opened him up. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Velasquez. Another ground and pound strike lands. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. We march on, 3 minutes to go. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Rozenstruik getting work from the top here. These ground and pound strikes very effective. Let's see if he tries to work his way back to his feet. All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
Oh, good ground and pound here. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Rozenstruik's eye is starting to swell shut. Relentless pressure from the top by Velasquez. All right, so he's sort of turtled up here. Not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit. Oh, big shots raining down. Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spent a lot of energy on the ground, though. These guys were going back and forth on the ground, and ultimately, he's gotten back to his feet to give himself an opportunity.
Velasquez is back in full mount. constantly a moving target.
Stop.
2 rounds in the books.
All right, that round was beautiful. You executed the game plan perfectly. I want you to keep that pressure on. Start slow. Let move in and out.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage it.
You ready to fight? Ready.
3rd round underway. Straight right hand, no good. Swing and a big miss by Rozenstruik. His misses are entertaining. Velasquez gets the takedown. And there it is again, targeting that swelling. Why would you not, right? You doled out all this damage. Might as well go right back to it.
Well, especially if your opponent is not going to move his head. He's still trying to go out on his shield. He's so stubborn in trying to prove that he's tough. It's really costing him right now.
Velasquez is in half guard.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just got to move. Now he's going full mount.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Velasquez.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, John, and then he just gets up.
Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man. He's got to be careful here. Ref won't help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of his position.
Making all these shots count.
Work to get back in the guard now. Move those hits.
Oh, big shots here.
He's got to start throwing down.
Oh, shades of the godfather of the ground and pound, Mark Coleman, as he lands again.
Totally somewhere smiling, watching this guy land from the top position.
Oh, man, another strike gets through. This could be over soon. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Velasquez. Seconds left.
Oh.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds.
Deep breath when you come. Spent a lot of energy that round forcing the takedowns. This round, we're going to be smart. I want you to cut angles.
Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
You ready to fight? Ready. Go.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Right on the button. Lands a big right hand coming in. Power strike there. He could be in trouble.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He doesn't know if he's in the octagon or at his mama's house for Thanksgiving. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Knock him out. The fight's done.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. Side control now. Really maximizing his shots here on the ground. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
Well, eventually he's going to try to get up, but he's moving his head pretty well here to avoid damage on the ground.
You don't want to be comfortable on your back, but when you're taken down, you got to make sure you're active. That's exactly what he's doing.
Good work from the top here by Velasquez.
Get them out here.
Right back.
Posturing up now. Oh, heavy shots bring down.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Just a relentless effort out of this fighter here tonight. The ref had no choice but to step in, and that is how you leave the judges out of it. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 47 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Cain Velasquez.
Well, those who tried to bury Cain Velasquez, you've got to say that was a premature assessment after this performance here tonight. Massive victory for Cardio Cain, the former two-time UFC heavyweight champion, and still a guy who many believe is the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. He showed you that prime form here tonight. Now let's see if Cain gets a crack at the belt that he twice held.
All right, y'all, that's we go in this stream. Appreciate everybody popping in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'll be back on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. As always, can I get a hard